Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you the latest release from Colorit. The team at Colorit was kind enough to send me their new Halloween book for free, so thank you to them for sending this to me to show you guys. And yeah, I thought I would do a flip through, and then I thought it would be fun to do like a little demo in here for you guys. So this is the long-awaited Halloween book. Colorit has received a lot of requests to do a Halloween book, so they finally did. And yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so with like all of Colorit's books, it is spiral bound here at the top. It actually has a hard cover, and then you can just flip them on open and get to it. So here is the cover page. Now you will see perforated edges. All of their books are like that, so you can pull them out if you want, put them on a clipboard, tape them down, or even display them, whatever you want to do. And this is also number 43. All of their books are numbered, that way you know what sequential order they've come out in publishing. So let's go to the next one. Now this is actually the blotter page. Every Colorit book has a blotter page. Unfortunately, we don't always actually notice it, so I'm making a point to point it out. It does say up here blotter page, but what you're supposed to do with this page is tear it out and then put it behind whatever page you're working on. So that's kind of the purpose of this. Now this one also has some fun things. So you can scan the QR code and unlock 5 Halloween drawings that you won't find anywhere else. So there's the bonus there. Actually, probably should cover that. And yeah, so then they also have a little cute color by number thing going on here as well. All right, and then here is your nameplate page. And the paper is thicker, so this isn't your CreateSpace paper. I would actually say it's better than a few other brands as well, but it's a upgraded paper, and I will put the info in the description below if you're curious on the paper. But you can use water mediums on it, like you can hear that thickness. So yeah, let's just take a look. And they do have some that are off to the side. But here's the reason it's nice. Since it's spiral bound, it makes it easier. You know, you can just flip it on over. That one's actually really cute. Like so, if you wanted to, you can just flip it like that. So it makes it easier. Bunch of Halloween treats. Oh, that's cute. I can feel it in my bones. So they have some humor going on too. That's cute too. Little trick-or-treaters. Ooh, that's like the Slender Man hanging out there at the playground. That one's kind of creepy. And we got the owl. That one would be kind of fun to do, even though the gnome is a little scary. I'm ahead of the carve. So yeah, they did inject some humor in here. Turn it. Trying to keep my hand out of the way, but still flip for you guys. And the paper is thick, so I'm trying to make sure I don't skip one. Slender Man freaks me out. Anyone else freaked out by that one? That whole little scare fest sensation that you find on YouTube. So yeah, these are all very Halloween. Ooh, zombies. Zombies give me the EBGBs. But I like that these are tasteful ones. I can't handle gory. Like, I don't do the gory stuff. So these definitely have their creepy ones. This would actually be really fun to do with marker. The Headless Horseman. Let's see. I do like how they have some landscape, and because of the spiral binding, it's not like an issue. You know, where with other books, you're kind of fighting the spine. They take that out. Their books are a little more expensive than your average coloring book, but that is just because they do a higher quality paper. I want to say it's 200 GSM, but I don't want to be quoted on that, so that's why I said I'll put it in the description below. I'll also link to it. I am posting this video on the day it is available on Amazon, so Color It was kind enough to send it to me early so I could play around with it for you guys. But the day this posts, it has officially released on Amazon, so you can buy it today. Well, that's a fun one too. But just in time for Halloween. Yeah, you can use water mediums, marker, and then of course just pencil, because it is a thicker paper, but it's also very smooth. It's not like toothy at all. And for me, that's a good thing. I don't like toothy paper. And that would be a fun one to do with my aqua brushes that I just got. Sorry if the squeaky noise, the spiral bounding is getting picked up by my mic a little too much. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of like a reverse pattern where you fill everything in and then the center shows up. They do have mandala books as well. And I did just show that circus one. That was one of their other releases for the month. So they had 2 books this month. It's pretty impressive. That's actually really cute. And then that's it. On the back cover, it just says, you know, who it's illustrated by, and then this is volume 1, so there will be more Halloween books in the future. When? Not sure, but at least they're, you know, giving you that teaser. This is volume 1. So, and then of course these are made in the USA, so that's always something interesting to keep in mind. I thought I'd do a little demo showing you guys the paper and how it reacts. And I wanted to use some Inktense in here. But instead of using a water brush, I'm going to use my Tombow water based colorless blender. I thought that would be kind of fun. And then we'll do like a little pumpkin tutorial, because in fact my favorite page in here, let's see if I can find it now. When you actually need the page, it'll never be there. I swear it was near the end, but now I'm like, well, maybe it was near the beginning. Look, now you're seeing a reverse flip through. Okay, I guess it was closer to the beginning than I had thought. It's a cute little page with a bunch of pumpkins, and I thought it would be fun to color a pumpkin. Well, that one would be cute too. But I thought it would be fun to do like a little pumpkin tutorial using Inktense, this one here. Let's see, I can just flip it over. And yeah, I thought it would be fun to do a little Inktense tutorial on here. So I already have some Inktense colors out. Let me just get them all in my hand. Okay, then let me zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit. Okay, so we're just demoing on the paper. This isn't like a full-out tutorial, but in case you're curious on the colors, I'm going to use red oxide, burnt orange, cadmium orange, and golden yellow. I just basically want to see how well the colors blend on this paper. So it's always fun to try it out, right? So let's just go in with our red oxide. Yes, I am using the Tombow today. You know, I've been using my alcohol colorless blender a lot. But I thought it'd be fun to play around with a Tombow. It makes your colors a lot more vibrant. Not that the colorless alcohol blenders don't, they just dull it out just a teensy because they suck up a little bit more of the color. And then it would be fun to see how these react on the Color It paper. If anyone has already ordered this, let me know what you think about the book, or if there is a favorite page you saw in my little flip through. And then of course, if there's any pages you'd like to see a color along in, or just a demo, doesn't even have to be a color along, definitely let me know. Let's see how, I'm just using the brush tip of my Tombow. Make sure there's still ink in there, or I should say water. Nice thing with the Tombow is it actually drags a little better than the alcohol blender. And it won't suck up all the color like the alcohol blender does. So you have a little bit more to play around with. But yeah, you can like drag the color if you want. See, like I'm pulling some of this orange up into my yellow, just smoothing it out. And then of course always clean off your brush tip just on a piece of paper. Otherwise that color will come back to haunt you. No pun intended. Actually. Yeah, it actually reacts pretty well. I know that looks like crazy orange right now. It's a little brighter than probably we would expect it to be. And the other thing is when you use a Tombow, it doesn't dry as quickly as like a colorless alcohol marker blender would, so you have to keep that in mind, like it stays wet for a second. But I can do another one here to test it out and kind of see. In fact, let me zoom you in a little more so you can actually see what I'm doing better. There. I definitely want that red oxide a little more in there. And the other reason I wanted to test the water based is because, as you know, with water-based pens, paper tends to peel. So if you're using like a water-based marker of any sort, you can get some peeling if you're not careful. So that was the other thing I wanted to test, is just, you know, how they do with water-based products on here. Because alcohol-based does evaporate, so that, you know, you can use it on paper that would normally not peel, or would peel, I mean, since it evaporates. But in this case, we would be using something that can cause your paper to peel. So it's always a good test just to see how the paper handles water, and especially if you like to use water-based pens and markers, you know, like the watercolor brush markers. And the biggest thing always to remember though with watercolor markers in general is even the best of coloring book pages are going to peel too much. The only thing that won't is watercolor paper, so I mean, you have to keep that in mind. Like if you really want to put a ton down, it's better to put like your water-based marker on a palette, pick it up with a brush, go about it that way. Get off some of that red oxide because it's pretty bright. But yeah, it's taking the water based pretty well here. And I always go light to dark because it does, even with the water-based marker, still pick up some of that color. And you don't want to drag it into your highlight. So you can start from your highlight and work back. And then you can always go pick up the color and bring it back forward. Yeah, the paper's handling it quite well. And this is a brand new Tombow, so it's quite juicy. So you see here I made this a little darker orange than back here. But what I can do is I can go back with, I think we'll go back with my burnt orange and add some on top. And the paper isn't peeling on me yet, so that's a good thing. So I've added some burnt orange right there. Just deepening up that color. Yeah, it takes it pretty well, actually. I'm quite impressed. You know, I can do this with the alcohol blender, but that doesn't really test the paper's ability to hold water because it'll evaporate, but I was able to still add an extra layer, and the paper's not even close to peeling yet, so we're good. So yeah, that is just a fun little demo to show you that you can use some water-based products. Of course, you can do this with a water brush, and you'll have, with this thickness of paper, as long as you keep it pretty light, you shouldn't get a ton of buckling. And then of course you can always, I always use a heat tool on any page that I'm using actual water on, just because one, I want it to dry quickly so I can add more layers because I'm impatient. But two, it kind of helps prevent some of the buckling the faster you dry it. And then of course, you know, the nice thing is it's not smearable, because while it's sitting there air drying, you can accidentally run your hand over it. But yeah, it handles these Tombows really well, and so that's good. Like if you wanted to go through and keep adding layers, you can. And then if you wanted to use water-based or watercolor brush pens in here, you at least know that it can handle that type of nib moving back and forth, because that's kind of what I wanted to check out. Whereas with a water brush, you're not going to get the peel as quickly unless you're soaking it. So, but yeah, guys, this is the latest Halloween book from Colorit. Again, thank you to Colorit for sending me this book. I greatly appreciate that. And let me know if you guys want to do a color along in here, or any sort of tutorial, you know, like do you want to see how to color a witch's hat in a certain medium, anything like that, just toss my way in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to do that. I'll probably keep working away on this pumpkin so that it's not just halfway colored. But thank you guys for hanging out with me, and until next time, take care. Bye.